All right, so welcome back to our new show on See Today, and you are watching our signature segment, See the Stories Now. And lately, the weather across Southeast Asia, so it's not only Indonesia, Sarah, but across Southeast Asia has been switching things up, blazing hot during the day, then pouring rain by night. And our bodies are definitely feeling the whiplash, don't you think?
Absolutely, Rory. As I mentioned before, I mean, especially the weekend yesterday, you know how bad the rainfall was, especially here in Jakarta.
You know what, 3 days ago, I've got a big tree at my home. It was just, falling off.
Wow.
Because of the big winds and strong rain. Goodness.
I know, and then especially during the day, it's hot. Remember, okay, we usually say it's blazing hot. There must be a big rainfall that's
Exactly.
But anyways, luckily here in Indonesia, Rory, we have a variety of herbs which can help people stay healthy, don't you think?
I would definitely agree for that. So joining us today is Tam Tam, a content creator and chef who shares Indonesian food and drink recipes on social media. So thanks for coming, Tam Tam. How are you today?
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm great. How are you guys?
We're good.
Yeah.
So it's been 1 hour, so we're great.
But of course, as Rory mentioned before, the weather we've been quite under the weather recently, especially here in Jakarta.
True.
And then if I go to your social media, Tam Tam, also Rory's social media, you like to share health tips, especially especially Tam Tam, right?
Yeah,
Rory?
especially Tam Tam. Yeah, and I followed him because he kind of introduced Indonesian delicacies to the world, especially tempe, and as you mentioned, these Indonesian herbs.
Yes, and herbs, Indonesian herbs.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so many Indonesian herbs, and it's someone who cannot cook like me or make anything. Sometimes it's
She's lying.
No, really, I can't. It is a bit of a challenge. But can you please tell us your social media? You use it to share your knowledge. Can you please tell us where do you get all these ideas and of course information and share it with us?
I definitely get lots of ideas based on my followers as well. They give me lots of knowledge. I'm not an expert, as I said with like my previous podcast. I'm mainly just trying to preserve all the things that I know and all the things that I see daily lives. And I think there's lots of like herbs and spices that I come across in my kitchen. I think there are many uses. I don't really know like what are all the uses from these herbs, but it's been with us since like centuries ago.
Yes.
And I think there's lots of benefits with it.
So what's the turning point? What inspired you to introduce Indonesian herbs, especially to the world through your social media?
The turning point. Well, I've been in this industry for like 4 years. I've been creating recipe content for Jakarta Vegan Guide for 2.5 years, and it just comes up. Like my intuition just comes up, and like I exactly knew that I would like to highlight the ingredients first, and then I would have to talk in English because we're lacking English content creator with like food recipes, And I'm here, I have my skills and everything, so yeah, it's about time, I guess.
And your ability to storytell. I mean, you case it so beautifully as well. And let's take a look at your hands. So the camera can zoom in.
Yeah.
This is the true hands of someone who plays and then mixes
Turmeric,
herbs, right?
turmeric.
But please tell us, this is, as mentioned by Rory, turmeric, it's very yellow. So what kind of herbs have you been making at home?
I've been preparing what we're about to make right now, and this actually didn't come from turmeric.
Okay, you see?
From, right?
So sorry.
It came, well, you're not wrong. I mean, it does usually come from turmeric, but it actually came from Javanese turmeric, which is temulawak.
Temulawak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Curcumin,
they're
is
both
it?
yellow.
Curcumin, is it?
Curcumin, is it?
Curcumin, yeah.
Right.
Curcumin.
You perhaps know more.
I read about it anyway. So we've been experiencing some pretty erratic weather lately in Southeast Asia, as we mentioned, and Sarah as well experiencing. So what herbal food and drink do you recommend us to take on a daily basis?
I'm about to make today. It's called Empon-empon. It's a variety of jamu.
Yeah.
And what I'm actually about, like what I would really like to bring up to this conversation is, whenever I drink empon-empon, it brings me back to the pandemic. Don't you guys agree?
Yes.
I would agree with that.
I was telling Rory earlier, if we're going to make empon-empon, it brings me back to the COVID days,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
But what is the benefits itself? Because you like to make it usually. What's the difference that you feel, Tam Tam?
Honestly, I don't really know what like the health benefit that empon-empon possesses, but what I know for sure is that it has the ability to brings back nostalgia. Has that
And that warm
distinct
feeling,
taste,
yes.
that warm feeling.
Yeah.
Every time I drink Empon-empon, it just like that taste, that particular taste, just brings me back to 2020. And it's like when I'm isolated in my room and like all the nostalgia is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thankfully we live in a social media era that now knowledge about Empon-empon actually is ubiquitous everywhere. And thanks to you for bringing this up to the world audience. So we're gonna make what, turmeric plus
Curcumin or Japanese turmeric, whatever.
whatever, and plus honey.
What was that?
Honey or
No, not honey.
cinnamon?
Palm sugar.
Palm sugar.
Yeah.
But but speaking of empon-empon, and of course our medicinal herb drinks, jamu, what is the difference? What can be considered an empon-empon?
Yeah, so empon-empon actually means just spices and herbs that Japanese always uses since like centuries ago. It usually comprises of like the Japanese turmeric or curcumin and ginger and turmeric and lemongrass.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's right, and I think it's just difference in terms, right, Tam Tam?
Yeah, I think it just
because Japanese people back then they normally call empon-empon that for things that are boiled together.
Yeah.
But jamu is like the juice, the essence of all these ingredients put together.
Yeah.
And if you drink jamu, when I was little, I drank jamu a lot, and even my my maid made jamu for us.
From scratch?
From scratch.
Wow.
Kunyit asam,
Wow.
turmeric, and tamarind, and then beras kencur, white rice, and what do you call it for kencur?
Aromatic ginger.
Aromatic ginger, the white little guy,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. It's different terms. Boiled is for empon-empon, while jamu is the juice one.
That's also what I learned. Yeah.
So that's nostalgia right there from your childhood days.
Nostalgia.
Oh God, I miss that a lot.
But speaking of drinking jamu, because Rory, you mentioned that you've been drinking it since you were a child for health reasons. How do you incorporate drinking jamu from your personal experiences?
I think, well, because we live in a modern era where being, simple, fast, and instant is like prerequisite, right?
Absolutely.
But I think we need to flashback, right, Tam?
Yeah.
To our origin and to how the old people of our time then, live longer, maintain their health with something that is natural and derived from nature. So I think you have the same opinion, right? Let's go back to our roots and experience.
I completely agree.
Exactly what our ancestors did back then.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. And I think, it's just like, it's a secret, Like it's a secret that we need to preserve. It's a secret from our ancestors, and it's what kept them alive for like decades and centuries.
How has your followers reacted or probably gave you feedback or shared their stories after following you and probably trying out your recipe at home?
Well, they're mostly experimental, and like not every of my recipes are really recommended for like everyone to remake, because I'm also targeting the international audience. So not every ingredients are accessible to globally. So it's more of like me trying to promote appreciating local ingredients, what they've got wherever they're at, and trying to promote to diversify our foods. And I think that's what they're appreciating most. Yeah, it's like, wow, thank you for bringing this up. This is a rare ingredient that most people never bring up. No?
Okay.
All right, so I think we are ready to cook and to
Yes.
make empon-empon. Producers, are we all set?
Yes, we're going to make empon-empon, but Tam Tam, before we do, what kind of empon-empon will we be making? Because remember, I'm a newbie right here, and then Rory also mentioned that in the modern days, we need something fast and something simple.
Yeah, this is so super fast, super simple. We're just gonna blend, boil 4 ingredients that I mentioned before, as well as cinnamon and some, I think it's called sappanwood.
Okay.
Sappanwood is the suchang.
Oh, so I see. It creates the red.
Yeah, it brings
red
the redness
ring,
to
right?
it, just
That's
for
the
like aesthetic.
Hey,
All right, cool.
you can see right here
Start.
from afar, the water has been boiled already,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
So what do you
doesn't
have
take
right
that
here?
long. Okay, we've got the curcumin or Japanese ginger, This is actually the indigenous turmeric that we have in Indonesia. You don't really commonly find it in anywhere else other than Indonesia.
Yeah.
And this is the sapanwood that I mentioned.
Sapanwood, yeah,
This brings the
sacang.
redness. And we've got red ginger. It doesn't really look red, but if you break it open, it's actually just slightly red,
Slightly
I guess.
red,
And it has more heat compared to
Okay.
the regular ginger.
I was
Yeah.
I was thinking of the aroma, which you just cracked it open, and then you can feel the warmth of it
Yeah,
all.
you can definitely smell it already.
Yeah.
And we've
Red
got
is
the
stronger,
humble
eh?
turmeric. We've all known this. And cinnamon, just for taste. This is not the primary ingredient for empon-empon.
Yes.
And some lemongrass. And some palm sugar.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's got the note as well.
Yeah,
Let the
just so
audience
that I
look
don't
at
forget.
that. Oh wow.
The book of magic right there.
Book of magic.
Rody.
Just so
So
that I don't
organized.
forget the English names for it.
The Bible. All right, so let's start. What should
Okay.
we do first?
So before we boil them, we need to mise en place, just cutting the lemongrass like
All right.
here. Just
I can actually help you,
Yeah,
Tam Tam,
of
while you're
course.
preparing the other ingredients.
Would you like to cut the lemongrass for
No
me?
problem at all. Okay.
What about me, Tam Tam? Do you dare to ask for my
Before
like a
the-
daring moment right here?
you can get used to pounding
Oh,
this.
okay. I'd pound for sure. Okay.
So in the pounder, we've got turmeric.
Right here.
We've got turmeric and the curcumin and the sapanwood, ginger, and and the turmeric.
And the smell.
Yeah.
Smell.
Yeah, it smells really nice, yeah?
And it needs to be pounded.
Okay.
It's the
Like like on my video when I made empon-empon, I only cut it.
Right.
And my followers said that you need to pound it.
to
Okay.
get
In order to get
the juice and
the
all
juice
the
and everything.
nutritions, yeah?
Yeah. And we're pretty much done, I guess. We're
Yeah.
not, I mean, I've already pounded all the ingredients
Yes.
here.
Okay.
We're just gonna boil what we've pounded.
Is it enough?
If
Yeah.
at home we do not have the
Pounder.
pounding, equipment.
Yeah.
What can
If
we
we've
do?
got like some mortar pestle, we can definitely use that. Or if you don't have that, you can also just blend them in food processor.
Okay.
I guess, yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna pour all the mixture
Okay.
in the water. You see how that quickly turns red?
Yeah.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah. So you put this root into,
Yeah.
oh sorry, this wood, sharpened wood?
Yeah, the sapanwood.
Sappenwood.
It quickly turns red. And you've got the yellow from the turmeric and the Javanese turmeric. We haven't added the cinnamon, so we're gonna add the cinnamon. So you don't pound the cinnamon in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just gonna put it there. And we haven't added some sweetener.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
there a certain amount of water for a certain amount of ingredients?
I mean, I'm eyeballing everything. So this is just about 1 liter,
1 liter
of
of water.
water.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just like, I guess like 1 to 2 tablespoons of each ingredients.
And I think it's refillable as well when you run out of water
Exactly.
while you drink it. And then you
Exactly.
can refill the water and
Okay.
reboil it.
Yeah, exactly.
For how many times can you reboil the ingredients?
I would suggest like 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within
don't
the
really
course
like-
of 1 day.
Yeah,
Okay.
within the course of 1 day. And we haven't added some sweetener, so we can add some palm sugar in it.
Nice.
But if you don't want to have sweetener in it, you can definitely skip this
Okay.
But the taste would be challenging, yeah.
because it has that bitterness and that like sappy taste.
Yes.
And we're pretty much done. And this is the final result.
Ooh.
Well, you would usually wait until like 15 minutes of simmering. And you're done. We've got the one that has already been boiling for an hour here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah,
here? Okay.
right there. Would you guys
Sure.
I would
would love
I
to
would love
taste
to.
some
Yeah.
of the drinks that I made earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the same. So it is a bit more darker, as you can see.
Because you
has been
boiled it
boiling
for
an
longer.
hour. Yeah.
Okay. Can I turn this off?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Otherwise, I'll be drawn into sauna.
Okay. Let me pour everything.
Oh, the color looks amazing, eh?
Yeah.
Take a
So
look.
the sapanwood and the cinnamon is definitely optional. The sapanwood only uses for the
Yeah.
redness color.
I forgot the Indonesian name of this
Sacang.
combination.
Oh.
The combination name of this sacang with plus plus plus.
Oh yeah.
Alang-alang? Wedang uwu.
Wedang
That's
uwu, yeah,
right. That's right.
exactly.
Diana, thank you so much.
There you go. Wedang uwu.
Cheers.
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 Everyone.
Ooh.
For health.
For health, to health.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You can feel the warmth instantly
Exactly.
at the
Yeah.
edge of your tongue.
And I
right
think
there.
what makes it
Exactly.
different is the use of red ginger.
Exactly.
Because it tastes different,
It
right?
tastes different. It tastes much more warm.
Yeah, yeah.
There's that sweet taste as well,
Yeah,
thanks
from the
to
palm
the sugar
sugar.
from the palm sugar.
So, okay, Tam,
Yeah.
so how do you make all this, sustain longer? I mean, you said that we can reuse it for 3 times.
Yeah.
But when we want to keep it in the fridge, for example,
Right.
Does it, longer the what do you call it? The
Yeah.
time for us to store, the storage time.
Well, definitely the spices help it preserve much longer because of like the use of all the spices. That's what we've been using with like spices in Indonesia. Like we use spices for preserving other foods as well. So it definitely stays pretty long, but just include all the pulps in it, along with the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just include all the spices that we're boiling here. Just pour everything in one container and
Yeah.
just store it.
Yeah, yeah.
That should help preserving it.
Yeah, I
guess
think it
for,
lasts
like,
until 5 days in the fridge.
Yeah, 5 days is okay.
5 days is okay, right? Yeah.
So you have
Yeah.
1 week covered for your empon-empon right
Exactly.
there.
You can just reheat it every time.
Right, and since this is all natural ingredients, after 5 days, if you are about to throw it, for probably our viewers, you can tell what we can do with it aside from throwing it out.
Right. You can definitely blend it.
Oh.
I know that one of your video, you blend all the ingredients with like lemon juice as well.
Yeah.
That would be great, I guess. I haven't tried it, but I guess you can blend afterwards and just having no
Yeah,
scraps.
I would have a suggestion for you. You
Yeah.
can make it either a compost,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
you can dry it in the oven.
Yeah.
And maybe you can use it as an aromatherapy.
Oh,
Wow.
Aromatherapy
That's so
that
interesting.
works
Yeah.
apart from pandan leaves or
Yeah.
kenanga. You can also use this for aromatherapy.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's
you
amazing.
feel
Thanks for the suggestion.
No worries.
you feel the warmth and the feel of nostalgia inside, and also at your home.
Yeah. Otherwise, don't put it too much for the aromatherapy. Otherwise, you will smell like jamu.
You smell
home smells
healthy,
like-
right? You
smell
smell
healthy.
Well, anyways, so Tam Tam
right.
coming up next after
Yeah.
Empon-empon, what's next in your agenda? that you want
Agenda.
to explore.
I'm definitely concentrating more on like offline activations. So there will be lots of events coming up in the coming month. So yeah, this is my first time having like offline events and actually like engaging like physically with
Yep.
my followers and audience.
Nice.
So that's what's
really
coming
nice.
up. Yeah.
Wow, can't wait. So please invite us.
Of course, I
And
will.
Let us get to try your, I don't know, like your tempeh goreng or
Of
other
course.
creation.
I'm
with
looking forward for your tempeh as well.
Bring Indonesian foods and tempeh to the world once.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so that's it, our discussion and our cooking together with Tam Tam. We'll be back with your daily dose of entertainment and other news items here added to our new show on See Today. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.